Let's have a little real talk about failure in the voiceover business.
You're a voice actor. You're an entrepreneur. You're a VOPRENEUR. Welcome to the Everyday VOPRENEUR podcast, your guide through the business of voiceover.
Your number one marketing tool is your voiceover demos. When you're posting them online, you want to be sure they're playable on any device and with any browser. The VoiceSam player does exactly that. Sign up at msvo.me/msvoicesam and receive 3 months of VoiceSam for the price of one. Sign up now at msvo.me/msvoicesam.
The VOPRENEUR podcast. Hey, it doesn't suck.
Not as funny as Conan. Not as cute as Seth Meyers. Not as smart as Colbert. But he's one of us, and that counts for something. Here's Mark Scott, the original Everyday VOPRENEUR.
Hello and welcome to another episode of the Everyday VOpreneur podcast, your guide through the business of voiceover. We do things a little bit differently around here. We don't really focus on all of the performance side of voiceover, and we don't interview all of the big name voiceover coaches. Real talk, real advice from everyday VOpreneurs for everyday VOpreneurs, all about the business side of voiceover. Listen to any episode of the podcast anytime by heading over to VOPRENEUR.com. There are 59 episodes that are in the archives that are available for you to check out. VOPRENEUR.com. I'm Mark Scott, the original Everyday VOpreneur, and looking forward to diving into another episode with you this week. You know, there are a lot of people right now that are out of work. And one of the things that we have found when there is a potentially captive audience is that there are always going to be coaches that are going to come to the forefront who are going to try to sell you on the voiceover dream. This is a really great way to make tons of money, and it doesn't cost you anything to get started. All you got to do is buy a $50 USB microphone, use the computer that you already have, and away you go. You are a professional voice actor. We see it all the time, and we're seeing it more and more right now. Judging by the fact that you can't even get an appointment with Source Connect for like 2 weeks, I'm guessing that there are a lot of people that are out there right now that are buying some of the advice. Super easy to start a voiceover business, low barriers to entry. All you got to do is get Source Connect right now, and you're going to start making money instantly, right? All of that is what is going on right now. So this episode is geared partially to those that are attempting to start a business in voiceover right now, but it's also geared to those of you who have got a business that is up and running, but maybe you've been sold some bad advice in the past. And so I want to be able to provide a little bit of clarity. So what we're going to be talking about this week, 5 reasons why your voiceover business will fail. And the reality is, not one of them has anything to do with COVID-19. So stick with me for this one, because I think it's going to be a good one. You know, when it comes to startups and small businesses, there are countless statistics out there that offer a mostly gloomy picture of the potential. Though the facts vary greatly from a numerical standpoint, talking percentages, for example, one truth is consistent. Most startups and small businesses fail, and they usually fail within a couple of years. Why? That is a whole other series of episodes for a whole other place and time. For now, I just want to focus on voiceover. I went full-time in 2012, and I earned about $15,000. Now, to be clear, I had a little bit of an income established already from 2011. And prior, I was working in voiceover part-time. 2012 was my first year of full-time voiceover, like my first full 12 months of full-time voiceover. In 2016, I finally broke 6 figures by a very comfortable margin, and that was my goal. I wanted to make a 6-figure income. I just believed that I could do it. So it took me 4 years to hit that goal. That was 4 years of relentless hustle. That was 4 years of 6 and 7 day weeks. That was 4 years of 8, 10, 12, and 16-hour days. At the time that I was building the business, I was a bachelor. I lived on my own. I had a lot of freedom and flexibility already in and of the fact that I didn't have a family. There was no kids that I needed to spend time with. There was no day job that I needed to go to. I mean, I really was building my business under the ideal circumstances, and I never hide that fact. But I do try to make it abundantly clear that what went into it was a crap ton of work. I'm not exaggerating when I say that it was 4 years of 6 and 7 day weeks. I'm not exaggerating when I say that I worked sometimes 10 or 12 or 16 hours a day. I did. I didn't have anything else to do, and I was singularly focused on that goal of 6 figures. I also want to make it clear that this did not happen by accident or fluke or luck. When someone credits luck, I kind of just want to reach out and slap them. Now, I don't, because I'm a nice guy. I'm a Canadian. We don't do things like that. It happened every day because I woke up and I got my butt in the studio. I mean, really, when you break it down, it wasn't about luck. It wasn't about accident. It wasn't about fluke. It was about effort. It was about action. It was about making a decision. Get my butt out of bed and get it into the studio every single day. And I proceeded to do all of the things that I needed to do strategically and methodically to turn my goals into a reality. I had a plan. So 5 reasons why your voiceover business will fail. Why do so many people who break in, and I say that with air quotes, strike out almost as quickly? Reason number 1 is they're looking for fast money. My own story is proof. It took me 4 years of insane effort to go from nothing to 6 figures. And if you are looking for fast money, I'm telling you right now, you are in the wrong business. Can you make some money quickly? Sure. Can you get lucky every once in a while at a booking? Yes. Could you resort to something like Fiverr? Well, yeah, there's lots of people that'll pay $5 for a voiceover, but it's not going to make you rich. It's not going to pay your bills. If you're looking for fast money, you are in the wrong business. And since so many people are just looking for the fast money, that's why they usually fizzle out after a few months when they realize that it doesn't work that way. I'd be curious to know now, in the midst of this pandemic, as crook coaches are selling voiceover pipe dreams, how many of those new startup talent will still be calling themselves voice actors by, say, December 31st, the end of the year? And I don't say it to be mean or rude, just to be clear on that. It's simply a matter of so many of them get into this without any idea of how hard it actually is to establish a legit income, and those coaches that are selling them the pipe dreams aren't selling them reality. I offer my voiceover marketing playbook. I've got a group of people that are taking playbook right now. The April enrollment recently ended. And I make it abundantly clear to those people, look, if you do the things that I teach you in playbook, you can build a sustainable income for yourself in voiceover. But again, 4 years of full-time effort. Playbook is not get rich quick. It's a strategy that, if implemented consistently over time, will help you to make some money. So if you are looking to get in this for fast money, or you already did get into this for fast money, I hate to be the one to burst your bubble, but there is no fast money in voiceover. Reason number 2 why your voiceover business is going to fail is no training. It's great that your neighbor's mother's best friend's grandma thinks that you have a nice voice. The sad and harsh reality is that accounts for about 3% of the overall success equation in voiceover. If you are struggling to book work, it's most likely because you're not trained up. You've got to get trained up. Nobody just goes to the store and buys a scalpel and starts performing surgery. Nobody just opens up their garage door with a set of wrenches and calls themselves a mechanic. You've got to do the training. For the love of cheese and bacon, do the training with legitimate coaches. This is something I've talked about in previous episodes, but just to name a few: J. Michael Collins, Ann Ganguza, Everett Oliver, Dave Walsh, Roy Okelson, Nancy Wolfson, Debbie Derryberry. Those are some of the names that come to mind off the top of my head. Almost every one of them I have worked with personally. And I know all of them personally, and I vouch for all of them personally. The ones that are on the internet that have their YouTube channels that are selling you the voiceover pipe dream, those are the ones that you want to stay away from, because those are the ones that they're the only ones making money off of your voiceover business. Get the legitimate coaches. Get them to train you up. Here's the thing with legitimate coaches. They have just as much of a stake in your success as you do, because their reputations are based on their students. When I refer somebody to J. Michael, or when I refer somebody to Ann Ganguza, it's because what they taught me worked, and it helped me to book more voiceover. That's why I'm willing to put those names out there. So if you're not doing your training, you are not going to succeed. I don't care what the internet coach tells you. I don't care if you've got your USB microphone. It's not just reading. It's not just talking. You got to do your training. Reason number 3 why your voiceover business will fail is poor planning. Signing up for 1 or 2 or 5 casting sites and building your profile on Fiverr is not the way to build a voiceover business, despite what some quote-unquote coaches might try to tell or sell you. If you're going to succeed, you've got to have a plan, and that plan involves clearly defined goals. It involves a strategy mapped out for how you're going to get there, and here is probably my number 1 rule. You must be a lifelong student of marketing. You must accept the fact that to become a full-time voice actor, first you are going to have to be a full-time marketer. There was a season a decade ago where you could build a really nice income for yourself with 1 or 2 casting site memberships. Those days are gone. Casting sites are a supplementary tool. You can make money off of them. There are some really legit casting sites. Bidalgo, legit. VOPlanet, legit. Voiceovers.com, legit. There are some legit casting sites out there. They're going to supplement your income. They're not going to be your income. And same thing with agents. There was a time where you just needed to have the right agent in the right town and you could be working every day. The Don LaFontaine riding to sessions and limo days, I think, are kind of over for most people. You want to book work now? You got to learn to market. You want to book now? You got to be a business owner. You got to be a VOPRENEUR. There's always going to be a place for casting sites. There's always going to be a place for agents, but they're supplements. They're one tool in the voiceover toolbox. So you better have a plan in place for how you are going to put yourself out there. You better have a plan in place for how you are going to contact leads, how you are going to build those relationships, how you are going to turn those into customers that are going to pay you for voiceover. Write it down. If you want to be a full-time voice actor, first you got to be a full-time marketer. Number 4 on the list of 5 reasons why your voiceover business will fail is a lack of commitment. When the going gets tough, the tough get going. Right on to their next brilliant idea for earning an easy living. There is one voiceover coach in particular who spent years selling the riches and glory pipe dream on the internet, social media, YouTube, and he made money off of unsuspecting voice actors who didn't really know any better. And guess what he's doing now? Apparently selling insurance. Maybe the voiceover dream wasn't such a reality after all. They finally figured out that this business is hard. Can you build a voiceover business part-time? 100% you can. Absolutely you can. But it still requires a serious commitment. If you only have 2 hours a day to give to your business, you better be willing to commit those 2 hours a day, 100%. Give it to the business. Maximize that time to take you where you want to be. 4 years of working full-time. Not trying to find the easy way out either, just to be clear. I did not spend that 4 years looking for the next easy scheme. I did not spend that 4 years looking for the next get-rich-quick scheme. I did not spend that 4 years looking for how I could, half-butt my way around it. That was 4 years of hard, committed work. Now, I was taking advice from people who were smarter than me. I was paying for coaching and for strategies that were going to help me to skip the learning curve, but I was still doing the work. The coaching programs that I offer, they're not going to teach you how to get rich quick. They're going to teach you how to skip the learning curve. You don't have to spend 5 or 6 years learning how to become a marketer. You can just watch my voiceover marketing playbook and learn everything you need to know in a condensed amount of time. That's what good coaching is about. It's not teaching you how to get rich quick. It's not teaching you how to circumvent the hard work that is involved. It's teaching you how to jump the learning curve. But you've got to be committed. Short-term pain for long-term gain is something that you'll hear talked about a lot in entrepreneurship. Or you've probably heard the quote about an entrepreneur is someone who is willing to work 80 hours a week so they never have to work 40, right? We're willing to work 80 so that we don't have to work that 40-hour day job. It's all true. It's all about commitment. If you are not prepared to commit your time to this on a consistent basis for the long term, it is going to be really hard for you to build a successful voiceover business. And reason number 5 of the 5 reasons why your voiceover business will fail is the easy road. Trying to find the easy road. Let me give you a few examples of the easy road. I tell somebody that they need to reach out to 20 leads a day, but they think that's too many, so they reach out to 3. I suggest to someone to take a workshop from a specific coach that's relevant to their needs, but they can't afford it, so they go watch a free 5-minute YouTube video from some guy who's probably never booked a VO gig in his life, or who now sells insurance. I give you specific strategies for how to use Twitter, and you ignore all of my advice and try to automate the whole system with no results. What I'm getting at here is there is no easy road to success, not in voiceover, not in any business. If you know what you have to do, but you don't do it because you'd rather find an easy way, well, you're wasting all of that time. Your business is failing. Look, if you want this to work, you've got to do the work. Getting up every day and sending marketing emails, it's not easy. Getting up every day and finding new content to put on social media, it's not easy. Getting up every day, going through your CRM, reaching out to those leads, those prospects, those clients, it's not easy. But if you do it, and you do it well, and you do it consistently, over time you are going to build a really nice business for yourself. I know because I've done it. The voiceover business is amazing, and I truly love this business. I love what it has done for my life and for my family. I love my clients. I love my colleagues. I love our beautiful community. I love the lifestyle that it's given me, the freedom that it has afforded me. I am the master of my own destiny. I am the controller of my calendar, which was so important to me. You can have it too, but only if you're willing to do the work. So if you thought that being laid off from work right now, in the midst of the COVID-19 crisis, was the right time to start that easy road to your riches and glory in the voiceover industry, I hate to be the one to break it to you, but it's not going to work out that way. If you're willing to put in the time, if you're willing to put in the effort, if you're willing to do the hard work, there are opportunities here for you. This business can bless you the way that it has blessed me, but only if you are willing to do the work. Every episode of the podcast is available at VOPRENEUR.com. You want to get started doing the work? Start by listening to some of those old episodes of the podcast that are going to give you a lot of really great information on how to successfully build a voiceover business and how to market your voiceover business, how to operate it like a business. All of those episodes are available at VOPRENEUR.com. Take some of the time that you've got right now, start listening to them. Guys, thanks so much for listening to another episode of the podcast. I'll catch you on the next one.
The Everyday VOpreneur Podcast. Available everywhere fine podcasts are given away for free. Mostly, we think.
Your number one marketing tool is your voiceover demos. When you're posting them online, you want to be sure they're playable on any device and with any browser. The VoiceSam player does exactly that. Sign up at msvo.me/msvoicesam and receive 3 months of VoiceSam for the price of 1. Sign up now at msvo.me/msvoicesam.
And scene.
And that's a wrap. Thanks for hanging in. Thanks for hanging out. Want more VOpreneur goodness? Jump online at VOpreneur.com.